Aside the ones that was left of Justice League are, have been brainwashed by Darkseid and been not only tortured but turned into cyborgs, half human and half mechanical, and half human flesh. So, yeah, and even Wonder Woman is a cyborg, and Starfire and Aquaman's girlfriend, and Monster Manhunter. So, and these are very powerful characters. So, and they still have their powers, all of their powers and abilities, and their strengths. So the odds are not good, and they end up pretty much getting outnumbered and getting their asses handed to them because all of them are holding back because they are their friends and they don't want to really hurt them. They just want to defeat them. And then the guy that the demon that used to rhyme starts rhyming again and takes on Wonder Woman and goes toe to toe with her, and he says finally a challenge, and he ends up getting killed by Wonder Woman, the cyborg Wonder Woman, and he's so happy again because he found his purpose, and he says the blood of the demon ends here. I regret nothing. It was worth it. It was. Those were his last words, and he says he's about to die. It's like so incredibly awesome. And then and Wonder Woman's cyborg Wonder Woman, who is brainwashed by Darkseid, says to Constantine, "None of yours who still all of the characters still talk like themselves, but don't think for themselves." And so Wonder Woman actually says to Constantine, all of your people are not true warriors. And Constantine says, you're right, we could use one of those ones, love. So he used matches on Wonder Woman and takes her last soul of truth and uses it against her, and tells her to break free and commands her to break free, saying that she's more than this. That she was one of the most powerful Justice League members. So, and it works, and Wonder Woman is back, and we know how she's back because not the cyborg eye is fried, but also she says this line. I am the Princess Diana, and I serve the old gods, no longer the new gods. So the Wonder Woman's back. So she takes on all of her fellow comrades who are under Darkseid's control, while the rest of the team, who are not under Darkseid's control, go to finish the job. And they end up running to Cyborg, and Constantine used magic to break Cyborg's brainwash, while the other Justice League, while they're fighting Wonder Woman, fought against their programming and broke the brainwash willingly. So Wonder Woman's glad to have her friends back that are no longer brainwashed by Darkseid, and they go to help the crew who are ready to finish the job. They go to help the crew. The rest of the Justice go to help their friends, what's left of the Justice League, and to team up what's left of the Justice League. So the old Justice League members that were brainwashed by Darkseid go to help what's left of the Justice League, their friends who weren't brainwashed, and so anyway, Suin tries tries to get Cyborg out of the place, and Cyborg explains he's hooked into mainframe. There's not enough for him to ever leave. So he tries to warn that Batman's on to them, and he's going to be back any minute now, but Batman already returned while he's trying to warn them. So Batman pisses her Damian's feelings by calling him a burden and saying all the facts that what his mother did to him, saying that what Damian's mother did to him, and saying that he's a burden and not a son, a burden though. So Damian Wayne goes to take on his father, Batman, and says, "Come end your burden," and come end your burning. So they're going fighting each other, and while Batman's chair is on autopilot and trying to eliminate the rest of the Justice League. So, and on Earth, Lois Lane and Lex Luthor and the rest of the Suicide Squad set a bomb, have a bomb that's about to go off. And unfortunately, them showing themselves in where the bomb is set to go off any minute, and where they are in, while they're trying to fight a bunch of half Parademons, half Doomsdays from Darkseid's army. So the odds are not looking good for them, because they're not going to shield them where the teleporter is, but the bomb is going to go off any minute. So yeah, the odds are not going good for them, even though they keep on fighting a good fight. So yeah, meanwhile on Darkseid's planet, Damian is actually Damian loses the fight to Batman and is about to be executed by Batman, but then Batman remembers his parents' death and starts seeing flashbacks of his parents' death, and breaks free from the Darkseid's mind control and tells Darkseid to go to hell, and throws the sword at him, his eye, and he didn't miss. So Darkseid ends up attempting to execute Batman for betraying him and his failure, but Damian takes a hit, saving his father by literally getting roasted with Darkseid's with lasers that come off Darkseid's eyes. So he ends up taking the hit. So he's you see, he looks awful, and he's not going to make it. And Batman's recently sad while Darkseid's taking on the rest of the Justice League members, and Damian says, "It's good to see you again, Father." And his last words are what his father taught him: justice is not vengeance. And he passes on, this is a really good movie. So I really like this movie. So Raven uses her healing powers that haven't been working by tearing up for Damian and confessing her love for him once he's already passed on, and brings Damian Wayne back. And Batman hugs his son and apologizes for saying those things to him. And Damian says, "Please don't make this an emotion, Father. It wasn't your fault." saying, "Please don't make this too emotional for me." Yeah. So the rest of the Cyborg Justice League, who were brainwashed by Darkseid, come to the fight later a little bit, but better late than never. And and meanwhile, on Earth, Lois trying to get through, trying to get a message to Superman with her communicator watch, and so they have a plan. They have a plan to how to beat Darkseid, but they don't want to leave Superman beat Clark behind, who is because and Batman doesn't want to leave. Batman, so they come up with a plan, and to just free Trigon from and this is after Trigon has taken control of Superman after Trigon Constantine offers Trigon a human host because Raven's getting too weak. So he ends up taking Superman as a host instead and taking on Darkseid. And he's winning. Darkseid's losing badly, so that's good. So they end up getting Clark back by for the power of love of Lois Lane, because Batman delivers a message. Batman sees that Lois sees that Bruce is back, and delivers them. Says he's a little busy. Says that he's a little busy. And Lois says he can't wait. So he finds a way around it by projecting by putting the projector, all the TV screens on Lois's recording somehow by hacking in the stuff technology. So anyway, Lois says she loves Clark and says goodbye, and says we don't have that much time, and I know we said we would be together forever, but the things aren't looking good, and the bomb goes off. And the last words are that I love you, Clark. Yeah. To Superman. And Superman breaks free from Trigon's control, and now in that he's got his full powers back, so he's fully pissed at Darkseid. So he's on punching the shit out of Darkseid. So you took everything from me. I'm going to make you pay. He's not showing Darkseid any mercy, but Superman's victory doesn't last forever. So then he starts losing. Then Trigon gets Trigon. This is after Constantine gets killed by Trigon by getting his neck snapped. Constantine goes to the afterlife to say goodbye and hear apology from Zatanna and saying that he loves her and he's sorry about Fabiani. Then Zatanna apologized because she put a compulsion spell on Constantine. That's why he ran, not because he was actually a coward. And it was Batman's idea. That was his contingency plan. So he comes back to the world of the living, and he says to Batman that we're going to have a talk after this if we all survive. So he breaks free. He breaks Trigon free, and that's how he's able to save Clark from not dying with Darkseid and not being sucked into the big black bits. So, and Raven agrees, saying that's a perfect plan. So, yeah, and all the Justice League say goodbye to Cyborg, and Raven's last to leave the portal, saying because she needs to say goodbye to her father. So, and she does, and while he's kicking Darkseid's ass and showing from his boss, and her father thanks her for setting her free and saying this is a wonderful gift, daughter. So he said the goodbyes, and Trigon knew of the consequences that he wasn't going, if he gets set free, he's not going to make it, and it's going to keep on beating the shit out of Darkseid for eternity. So and this enemy going to be tracked with Darkseid along with his army. So he knew the risk. So, but he's a quick camera, so he's happy that he's set free that he's free now. So all of the and then she goes through the portal, has saying goodbye to her father, Trigon, and the Justice League all recruit back on us at Titan Tower. And Batman breaks the bad news to him, even though the Reapers, who have Parademons, have Doomsday, have Hybrid, even though the demons didn't, the Parademons didn't finish, the Reapers didn't finish their job of destroying the whole planet. The damage was done, and they lost 31% of the Earth's core, and the Earth's balance has been compromised and not good. So it involves burning death or freezing to death for the Justice League and everyone on Earth. And Batman's calculation is that that there's going to be a billion more deaths. A billion more deaths are going to happen if they can get anything under control, before they can get everything under control. If they can, and that's a big if. So Constantine says to the Flash, who was supposedly killed in battle, but was really this wasn't really him, but he faded his body to make a copy of him in battle. That's what got killed, and Darkseid enslaved him by having him run a treadmill and powering his planet, all the electricity on his planet, and to set him free and make him stop going fast with the help of Constantine. And turns out Constantine finds out who's the cause of this, of the whole Darkseid invasion. Is Flash, Barry Allen's fault. Because remember the Flashpoint paradox? Remember how he went back in time to save his mind, creating Armageddon? That created two Flashpoints. The one that happened in Flashpoint Paradox and the one that happened in this film. So, by doing that, so he kind of created two Flashpoints. Oh boy, that sucks for him. Now he must feel like overwhelmed. That kind of sucks. So Barry screwed up the timeline again. So that's how the whole Darkseid invasion happened. And Constantine encouraged him to make another Flashpoint. One was, and even though the changes, everything might change, some of those changes might be for the best. And it will be a hell lot better than what they have now. So after losing Iris, Flash says he can't do it. And then he changes his mind after a minute and realizes that Constantine is right. And starts running and creates a Flashpoint again. And while the other Justice League members die. And credits roll. And we're never going to see what that that a new bright future Flashpoint is, because, well, the chances are very slim, because this, the whole point of this movie was to kill off their universe. And probably not revisit it again. So, anyway, I love this film. The feeling, I wish I could, I have seen this film 2 or 3 times this thing, and I enjoy it more and more each time. So I give it a 10 out of 10. So it's worth watching. Very worth watching. It's definitely one of my favorite DC animated films. And one of my favorite DC films of all time. One of the best, not just one of my favorite DC films of all time, but one of the best comic book films of all time. And one of the best films of all time, in my opinion. That's how awesome it is. One of the best. It's just amazing. It's mostly exhausting from beginning to end. And it's very, very, very well paced. It takes its time telling the story. I'm just going to say, this is what I wanted Avengers Endgame to be like. Well paced, not convoluted story. Not too much of a convoluted story, because I like Avengers Endgame, but that was too much of a convoluted story. As in, too much was going on. This is the right amount of much going on, and not too much is going on, but there's plenty going on, but not too much, like Endgame. And it's, well, a lot better paced than Endgame. It takes its time a lot better than Avengers Endgame. Like, it's like night and day, the pacing, compared to Avengers Endgame, so, which is another, not a bad comic movie, but not one of the best in my opinion, because, you know, there's too much going on, and the pacing feels too slow or too fast at times, and it should feel good, the pacing, you know? So, I gave that, like, I think I gave that an 8 out of 10, and I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. So yeah, I recommend you watch this film. Okay? Bye. Oh, and this is my favorite. Wait, one more thing. This is my favorite Justice League adaptation of all time. Counting the Justice League series, called Justice League Unlimited, and any Justice League movie. So this is my favorite adaptation of the Justice League that I ever seen. This is the best adaptation of the Justice League of the comics. Not just because of the well-written story, but the pacing also as well. Even though the story's a little depressing and very emotional, exhausting, you know? But that's how good it is. That's what I like about it, you know? There's all these things that I mentioned from it is all things I love about this film in this review. Except for one little nitpick why Lex Luthor was about to try to kill what's left of the Justice League, and then reveal that he's the mole that's been helping the Justice League. That's just one little nitpick, but other than that, I love all of it. So yeah, 10 out of 10 I gave this, and yeah, I give this a 10 out of 10. Yeah, this is awesome.